Hello, my name's Trevor Ford, and today I'm going to be doing my informative speech on the legendary Bob Ross. Bob Ross was an afro-wearing American painter who taught his viewers how to paint on his show The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. He was a very soft-spoken man, and he had a love and passion for nature and animals. He not only taught his viewers how to paint, but he also taught his viewers life lessons and gave good encouragement. Today I will take you through his life and his career. Bob Ross was born on October 29th, 1942 in Daytona, Florida. So he's a Florida native. He came from a twice-divorced home and did not have a great education growing up. He went to school all the way up until the 9th grade, and he decided to drop out and become a carpenter and work with his father. He then went down the path of the military after a little while and enlisted in the Air Force at 18 years old. Early on in his military career, he became married to a woman named Linda Brown. While he was in the military, he had a son named Stephen. A couple years after serving, he and his wife Linda divorced and he became a single dad. The Air Force assigned him to a base at Anchorage, Alaska, and it was then that he started his painting career. He decided to take an oil painting class, and he learned many different techniques that he would actually begin to use in the future on his show and be able to teach his viewers. He decided then, after taking that oil painting class, that he would try to make a career out of being an oil painter. Bob left the military to pursue his new career. He also made a promise to himself not to be mean anymore and not to raise his voice to anybody. He didn't want to be a hateful person, and he wanted to spread love and joy. This explains why he was so soft-spoken on his show, and he was so soothing. One of the unique things Bob is actually known for is his afro. Clearly, look how beautiful that thing is up there. He actually is so unique for this, and because once he left the military, he didn't want to be spending money on getting his hair cut all the time. He wanted to be able to save his money. So he decided to get a perm and permanently get his hair to look like an afro. And it actually has become one of his most unique features. He's actually in a lot of different memes and pictures. And a lot of the younger generation actually uses his pictures and just knows about him because of just how unique he was and how amazing he was. Bob started his show The Joy of Painting in 1983, and the show aired for 11 years. His show was broadcasted on 95% of All Americans televisions during its 11-year tenure. Bob had his show translated and aired across many different countries. For instance, he had Japan, Mexico, South Korea, Turkey, and Costa Rica, and along with many different other countries as well that I didn't list. And right here, I'm going to be showing you a video, just a short little snippet of him painting the Northern Lights.
A blue roll of paint on the knife, tiny little roll. There it is. And let's go up here and just put the indication of a little snow slaying right along the base of it, and just barely touching the canvas. Just barely touching it. And allow it to mix with that colors underneath. Don't fight these. Just let them happen.
So you can clearly see he makes beautiful paintings. That was an example of him painting the Northern Lights, and just the little details he goes through and just how he talks to the viewers and how he makes the viewers feel so comfortable. That's what made him so unique and so popular. Bob was also notorious for his quotes. He said many different things on his show. These are just a few quotes that have made an impact on not only his viewers' lives, but mine as well. And I quote, "We don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents." Another one is, "It's the imperfections that make something beautiful. That's what makes it different and unique from everything else." And for the last one, "Look around, look at what we have. Beauty is everywhere. You only have to look to see it." That one really hits me, that last one. It's so true, and it's such an understatement that many people don't really take the time to look at things and look at the beauty in things and just how amazing life and nature actually is. Bob Ross was diagnosed with lymphoma in 1994. His illness forced him into an early retirement, and this sad disease ended his life very shortly on July 4th, 1995 in Orlando, Florida. In 2016, the popular streaming service Netflix decided to add The Beauty is Everywhere. And this brought Bob back into fame after a little bit more of 20 years from being off the air. Bob was a very unique man, and he had an infectious smile and personality. something that really amazes me, and is how he was just a normal guy, and he managed to touch so many people's lives and hearts because of his love and passion for oil painting. And he wasn't like a millionaire. He didn't own all these different corporations like Elon Musk with Tesla. He was literally just a man who loved what he did, and he had such a strong passion for sharing that with people and teaching people how to be a good painter. And I think that's what amazes me. And also how he's also made his legacy is really powerful. He's left more people, he has more viewers now and more followers and more people viewing him now, 20 years since he's been dead, than when he was actually alive. And it's very rare that you see people that can do that and leave that type of legacy and that type of power and that type of, in people's hearts. Is, he's passed away, and 20 years later he's more popular than what he ever was. And I think that's truly amazing that he had that power to do that. And this was the life and the career of the legendary Bob Ross. Hope you guys have a good one.